Hello everyone, this is Habib Patrick from Computer Application Department of the BHOPAL School of Social Sciences. My topic for today is virtualization in cloud computing. Cloud computing is basically the delivery of computing services including data storage, server, database, networking and storage over internet. So basically we can say cloud is a fancy name for internet or intranet. As long as we are connected with each other, we can say that we are in cloud. With the help of this, the workload is being very efficiently being maintained and being easily flexible and interacted with the resources. When we say cloud computing can be determined as internet plus virtualization. So basically, what is virtualization? Virtualization is a creation of virtual version of something such as operating system, server, storage devices or network resources. When we say virtualization is an application which is being increasingly used and rapidly being used by everyone. It is the sharing of the resources among multiple customers. When you have a virtual thing, a virtual machine, it is being termed as the guest machine, and on which the virtual machine is being built on, it is being termed as the host machine. You can set an example for it. Just like you can say, I have an operating system which uses Mac, but when I have to use some other operating system like Windows, either I can do two things. I can buy a product of Windows and go on with it, which would be a costlier one, or I can make my use of virtualization possible by uploading the Windows operating system on top of Mac operating system by the use of hypervisor. Now, what is hypervisor? Hypervisor is actually a crucial piece of software that makes virtualization possible. Hypervisor is a software that makes the use and run multiple virtual machines in a single machine. When we talk about hypervisor, they are of two types: hypervisor type 2, which is known as hosted, and hypervisor type 1, which is being also known as native or bare metal. Now let me explain you what are the type being bifurcated into. The type 1 hypervisor, you can say that it is bare metal architecture in which hypervisor is uploaded on top of hardware itself. There is no intermediate or anything, but it is being loaded on top of hardware. Whereas in type 2 hypervisor, that is the hosted architecture, here the hypervisor is being loaded on top of operating system, which is being on top of your hardware. So that's how the bifurcation is being done on types of hypervisor. Now we go on with the next one, types of virtualization. When we talk about virtualization types, we have various types of virtualization present. They are application, network, hardware, storage, server, data, virtualization. There are so many types of virtualization which are being there, but according to this, I will go on with the basic two virtualization. So coming to the very first one is the hardware virtualization. Hardware virtualization is where actually we use VMM technique, that is virtual machine manager, which is also known as hypervisor. So hypervisor is loaded on top of your hardware, and how your virtual machine is being managed by your hypervisor. So here it means to install virtual machine manager, which create an abstract layer between your hardware and your software. Now the next one is your network virtualization. Network virtualization refers to abstracting network resource that are traditionally delivered in hardware to software. So basically they are being used in switches, firewall, load balancer, in which transfer of data is being divided them into small chunks, and which makes the data transfer being easily being done. Their characteristics is being divided like traffic control, reliability, speed, scalability, flexibility and security. These are some of the characteristics of your network virtualization. The other one is storage virtualization. It is basically the process of representing a logical view of physical storage resource to a host computer system. In this, multiple storage has been pooled by your main server. So basically we can say when your data is being there in different places, but here a central server is being there from where your data is being pooled or fetched into it. Just we can set an example, your photo in the gallery, like when you click a photo, you don't know that it is being saved in your SD card or it is being saved in your main memory, but when we see it can be seen in your gallery. So that's why it is being termed as virtualization, where all the data, so it acts like a one machine where everything is being possibly seen at one time, not being seen at different places. Some of the real time world example of your virtualization are Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, your Google Cloud platform. These are some of the examples where your virtualization concept is being used in your cloud computing, where you utilize the concept of virtualization and make everything be possible and easily being happen. Thank you.